Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. We're doing a little boat repair today. It's something I haven't seen a whole lot on YouTube for this particular model. We have a 2004 Malibu VLX, or I'm sorry, LSV. It's a 23 footer, and I noticed this spring our steering was really stiff. Well, in doing so, I went and I unhooked the steering cable, and the steering cable was stiff, but also the rudder was really stiff, which has never been a problem. You used to be able to just turn it by hand underneath the boat. So I ordered at Ski Discount Inboard Marine. I ordered up a new steering cable and a rudder rebuild. Well, I greased the rudder before we went out last time, and the rudder's actually loosened up, and it's in great shape. So there's really no reason to rebuild the rudder, repack it, but I do need a new steering cable. So I'm hot and I'm out of breath. What I had to do is I had to go back here in the back part of the engine compartment. Here's the V drive. I had to go back here in the engine compartment. Got some cardboard laid out. You actually have to get to the rudder, which is down low. You can actually see the rudder right there. It's the brass arm. And then there's this component here, which the steering cable slides through and mounts underneath the engine mount right there. And this LSV, I've got some buddies that have done this. I've got some buddies that have done this on a few Nautiques, and like if you had an inboard boat, it's a lot easier. It seems like it runs right next to the stringers that are opened up there. But on this boat, being a V drive, and just the way with how this floor works, like underneath here is the gas tank. And excuse the floor, it's really dirty right now. I'm trying to work in here and all that stuff. It needs a good vacuum. But the chase for all the cables and everything, focus, is actually right down here, and all the wiring. So it actually comes up through this corridor outside the fuel tank and passes through right here, right underneath the fuel tank. You can see my red rope right here. Another recommendation that I have is lay a towel out anywhere that you're going to have the old steering cable come out, unless your bilge is absolutely spotless. Mine is not. It's, you know, got 16 years worth of stuff in it. And with that being said, it's definitely got some grime down in there. So we are very close. Very close to getting it out. Now it's a matter of getting my hands down in there and really working it. So what I did is I disconnected the rudder, took the old steering cable, hooked the rope to it, unhooked the helm or the steering wheel from the actual steering cable, and yanked it through. Now you can see my rope here. It's made it all the way through. I've got my new steering cable, and you know, I've read a lot of different opinions. Some of these boats, they actually zip tied them to the stringer. This one didn't really feel like it zip tied to the stringer. Now, I think it was easier to pull out than the new one is going to be put back in, because it really needs to be, it's probably a two-man job. It needs to be fed through here, and then somebody in the rear needs to pull the rope to get it through here. So I'll probably just do it a little bit at a time and see how it goes. I'm running the rope through the end of the steering cable. This is the end that goes back towards the back of the boat. I'm going to tie a few knots, and I'm going to tape it. I started at the end. You wouldn't necessarily have to tape it this much or tie this many knots, but I just want to ensure that it's going to slide through and not get hung on anything. So I'm going to continue to tape it all the way up to this point here. This dude here, it's taped up all the way down to the rope. And as you can see, it's really kind of hard to see. There's a bulkhead fitting, or a bulkhead that goes through here, a chase, and all this stuff runs down through here. So we're going to try to pull it through. I didn't get the install on video because I only have two hands and I'm only one person, but it was rather uneventful. I actually sat up underneath the helm here and pushed it through by hand, got it feeding, and just started pushing it through. And there must be a pretty clean chase down through here, because it pushed all the way back. As you can see right there is my tape. And the end, it's kind of hard to see, but the end of it is right here. right underneath the fuel tank. Yeah, so far it's been pretty uneventful. I got the part that hooks to the steering wheel here. I guess it's the rack, and we'll get all that bolted up, but I'm gonna go ahead and push a little bit more through. One thing that Discount Inboard did for me is when I called them, I told them what kind of boat I had, and I looked at the charts, and all the charts online said I needed a 20-foot cable, and they said that they have that marked out in their book, and it's a 21 for an LSV. They said it works better. So that remains to be seen, but it is in there right now. I'm pretty excited. We'll keep on keeping on and see how it does. So I'm actually underneath here right now. My glasses are starting to fog up. I turned the light on so we can see better. Here is the chase and the floor. Here is the new steering cable that is still wrapped up over here. And all I've done is take my hand and push this dude back. You can see it's a pretty substantially large, and excuse the dirt on the floor, and I never get up in here and vacuum. I really need to. It's just got a little bit of water stain on it, but again, I mean, it's a 2004 boat. It's pretty clean for what it is. But yeah, so all I did was sit here and just push this dude back and feed it back underneath here, and it's sitting back by the fuel tank. Looks like we've got it in a good spot now, where the tape is near the chase hole right down here. So we're gonna take the rope and pull it now. Got the rope run under the engine mount. Just gonna grab a hold of it and pull. And what do you know? Right there it is. As you can see, it pulled it right through the chase. There's the nut that gets mounted next to the engine mount, and then the end is hooked to the rope. So it's just a matter of getting it into place now. We've got it pulled through. Now I'm just taking the tape off. We've got to put this mount back on. And I believe this is what adjusts your rudder position and helps you adjust your steering wheel so it's centered. If I had to guess, I haven't read anything on that, but here's the stud as well. That's the bolt for that bracket. And then there's a stud in here somewhere. Here we go. Here's the stud. This part hooks into there, and then that goes up into the rudder and gets bolted onto the rudder. The cable's installed, and I'm really happy with it. I'm just so glad I didn't have to drop the rudder out of the bottom of the boat. It would have been an ordeal. You would have had to jack the boat up because the rudder there's a guard on the trailer, and it just would have been a fiasco. As you can see, as you probably can't see, it runs down through here, runs back. We got it all tidied up. I need to put the back cushions on, but it went from, you know, having to like really crank the wheel to a one finger again, right back where it needs to be. The 21-foot cable worked out perfect. You know, I'd recommend that to anybody over the 20-footer. You know, I think the 20 would make it, but it really routes well up under the dash. The 21 does. All in all, I'm happy. Discount Inboard Marine, skidim.com. They are great people, awesome. They will lead you in the right direction. And like and subscribe. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you like and you don't like. I love comments. Give me some feedback. And everybody give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. Take care. We'll see you soon.